One of the things I really wanted to get across in this conversation was around being relatable.
Yeah.
Okay. Providing real life examples as to where citizen development has been used. And what better place to talk about it than with you at Shell and how Shell have really got behind citizen development. I know you've got a lot of use cases across the business that you could talk about, but perhaps you could summarize a couple and really give us some examples as to how you've benefited from this.
Firstly, citizen development is part of our business today. Let me maybe start with safety. And this is a tremendous story. It's about a lady we have at one of our products and chemicals sites. And her role was a firefighter, right? So she was a firefighter and a paramedic. And she was a little bit apprehensive to begin with in terms of joining one of our boot camps and getting to grips with the technology. But she had a problem, and that was around managing 4,000 pieces of critical safety equipment, right? And we talk about citizen development and low code, no code. So taking out the paper, automating a process, better collaboration. But a lot of this was done through spreadsheets. And there was an opportunity there, a problem to solve. She joined our boot camp. She was tenacious, she persevered, and she developed her first application. An application for her team that saved thousands of dollars and increased and raised efficiency. But the story doesn't end there, because she's taken her journey on, and she's recently taken up the role as a data coach.
Wow.
And we're seeing these examples of people either within business, and again, it can go both ways, within business joining the IT function.
So firefighter to data coach.
Amazing.
Wow.
Through citizen development.
That's
and we've
cool.
got other examples. Let's talk about maybe energy. And again, if we think about our plant, we got a wonderful set of engineers at one of our sites actually within the Netherlands who also had a problem to be solved, or an opportunity, and that's around energy efficiency. So we operate plant, and a number of furnaces or burners power that plant. There is a way in which you can tune and optimize that particular furnace. And what they did is started to, through low code, no code, gather data through an application, start to visualize that and draw new insights. And with that, they've been able to automate that process, improve their understanding in terms of the change points throughout the calendar life cycle and environmental conditions, and actually better optimize those furnaces to actually save energy that they were consuming. And that is also a really high value case that we have within Shell.
Organizations who are listening to this, who want to adopt citizen development, Shell, highly regulated market, very, very large organization, getting significant value from this movement, this citizen development movement. What do you have to say to those organizations? How can they start?
I think first and foremost, you've got to have some foundations in place. Without data, it's very, very difficult to start. So you need a good data foundation to do DIY or to do citizen development. So one, making sure that's in place, there's clean data, good custodianship. I think you've got to find those early use cases. So again, it's around following the energy and looking for some practical, lower risk use cases. So if we take the model, it may be around productivity, it may be around something that's less confidential, that's less complex, but look for that opportunity where there's business appetite. Make sure you've got a good team who's ready to support. And of course, we talk about governance. Let's make sure that we've got support from our management teams to do this, because it is a core part of the transformation, a cultural transformation, but you've got to create that time and space. So bring people together, create that safe space, and that's the beauty of these new platforms. These new platforms are largely engineered for this particular type of work. But of course, if you've got experts on hand who are there to provide the guidance and support, you can start to develop one or two solutions. And that's a really good starting point in terms of there's really something in this. This actual application solves a genuine problem, maybe around safety, maybe around your operations, maybe around energy management. And that's then something you can start to build upon and put then the fabric in place, such as the coaching model, or start to scale that up across businesses. But it is a change program, and the storytelling is also important. So actually getting the case studies and the stories out there, and we do a lot of work putting the user or the citizen developer at the center of what we do. So at Shell, we have this terminology around working customer back or user back. So it's understanding their world, their needs, and their developer experience, and seeing what you can do to make that as frictionless as possible, but to make sure that it's safe to do so.